Now to our Series 6 for the win. With 29 electoral votes, Florida could be this year's most consequential battleground. Every plausible path to victory laid out by the Trump campaign requires a win in the Sunshine State. But current polls give Joe Biden a narrow edge. Rachel Scott has this closer look at where things stand right now.
With only 16 days until Election Day, first-time voter and restaurant owner Thomas Ward still hasn't decided who he's voting for.
What has you on the fence?
Economics. I mean, simply just taking care of what we have right now. A pandemic is literally turn a switch in my business.
When the pandemic sent the economy tumbling, Thomas was forced to close one of his restaurants in Orlando and lay off 20 members of his staff. And though he says the president is strong on the economy, it's his handling of the pandemic that's giving him pause.
He shoots from the hip, and he creates a frenzy. And then we have the other candidate, Biden, which I think is a good candidate also. But he's pushing for some situations where, for example, $15 an hour, that's a really tough situation to push right now in a bad economy.
There's no bigger prize among the contested states. In the last 6 elections, no candidate has won the White House without winning Florida. And polls show it could be a nail-biter once again. So when President Trump was cleared to resume campaigning after his COVID battle, his first destination, the Sunshine State. We met Margie Santos on her way to his rally in Sanford. At 45 years old, she's voting for the first time, too.
Nobody's perfect. We got to focus on the action and what he's doing for our country.
After losing 3 of her uncles to COVID-19, she's still standing by the president.
I don't live in fear. I'm with the president that, we cannot let it control our lives.
Central Florida is one of the most hotly contested areas of the state and home to one of the largest retirement communities in the country, the Villages. Trump easily won the senior vote here and across Florida the last time, but many are less enthusiastic now because of the way the president has handled the pandemic.
They say they value life, but they don't value elder life. They're not wearing the mask.
The Trump campaign, concerned about the drop in senior support, showed up with some promises this week.
Seniors will be the first in line for the vaccine, and we will soon be ending this pandemic.
In fact, Biden has been leading in many polls among this critical voting bloc.
His handling of this pandemic has been erratic, just like his presidency has been. And it has prevented Florida seniors and people all across the country from getting the relief that they need.
As well as another key group, Hispanics.
About 20-some% of the population is Hispanic.
Dr. Fernando Rivera, a professor at the University of Central Florida, has been tracking Hispanic voting trends in the area for more than 10 years.
It's sort of a purple area, right? So people go back and forward between Democrat and Republican. And I think that the Trump campaign, they don't necessarily need to win the whole percentage of the Puerto Rican vote or the Hispanic vote. They just need enough. And on the other side, Democrats and especially the Biden campaign has to make sure that the turnout is there.
For Biden?
One of those the Biden campaign is counting on, Maria Baez. She clenches her necklace, the names of the family she left behind in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria, etched in silver. Healthcare for her grandson, who lives with her now, is key, so she's backing Biden.
Lo veo un político pues que quiere luchar por Estados Unidos, que puede tener unos beneficios tanto médicos y tener una mejor calidad de vida.
In 2016, Trump won the state by just over 100,000 votes. Most agree whoever wins over Central Florida voters now is probably on the fast track to the White House. For This Week, I'm Rachel Scott in Orlando, Florida.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.